everyone, I'm Christina, Chief Creative Officer at Squirrly, and today we are going to take a look at how to generate and publish social media posts on any topic. We are going to focus on how to use Next Level Marketing AI and Squirrly Social to create and publish standalone LinkedIn content. LinkedIn is powerful but time consuming. Most users waste time thinking of what to post. AI agents inside Next Level Marketing helps. Write LinkedIn posts from scratch using only a topic. No blog content required. The Write Now function, instant post generation. You can create posts on any topic, even trending or personal branding. You can choose hashtags and length. Posts can be scheduled and auto-published via Squirrly Social. So basically, you keep full control. You review and approve before publishing. And the result is more visibility, less effort, and a consistent LinkedIn presence. So let's get inside Next Level Marketing AI to see how we can create some social media posts using a new topic, not starting from a blog article. Right now, we are inside Next Level Marketing AI inside the dashboard. So I'm going to go over here to Content Queue. I already have 3 articles over here, so I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to click over here, Add New Social Media Creation Task. And now we have some settings over here. We have the topic over here. Because I want to start my social media post from an entirely new topic, I'm going to delete this one, like so, and I'm going to write my new topic over here, like so. Then we have the options for hashtags to use. We also see the limit over here. If you have a hashtag for your own brand, you can simply write it over here to make sure you have that hashtag included in the post, like so. Then we have the approximate word count. We can choose the length of the social media post from over here. We have very short, Twitter size, medium, and large. I'm going to choose medium. Then, because we are starting from an entirely new topic, I'm not going to check any of those settings. I'm not going to use the main content as reference because it's not going to make sense, because I want to start from a new topic, not from the blog post, and I do not want to include the main content link. Once again, it's not going to make sense. The blog post is about dog-friendly fun run, while the new topic is about luxury cat litter. So you can understand how by including the main content link or how by using the content as reference will be very confusing for the people reading my social media posts. One more thing that I want to show you is this one over here, this option, Add Social Media Post Group. We can have up to 3. For the second one, just so you can see the differences, I'm going to leave the topic My Article. From over here, I'm going to choose Twitter size and I'm going to use the main content as reference and I'm going to include the main content link. For the third one, I'm going to once again choose a completely new topic, like so. And for the word count, I'm going to choose the large post. Once again, I'm not going to select use the main content as reference and I'm not going to select include the main content link because it's not going to make any sense. Now let's click over here and then click on continue. Now we have to wait a little bit, and right now it needs our input on the content. Once again, we have the notifications over here, so we know when something needs our attention. Let's click on the notification and we can see the social media posts over here. The first post group is about the luxury cat litter. The second one has the starting point, the blog article, and the third one has the starting point, quirky ice cream flavors. Let me split the screen so we can see them side by side, like so. We have the social media post group number 1 over here, the social media post group number 2 over here, and the social media post group number 3 over here. We can see how different they are. We can see the hashtag that we add for the post group number 1 over here. We can see our article URL over here for the social post group number 2, and we can see how long the social media posts in group 3 are. For each group, we received 3 social media posts. Like so. And by taking a look at them, we can see how different they are. Remember that those 3 social media post groups are created from a single social media assistant. So we have think cat litter is just litter, think again, and so on. And we can easily see how this social media post is about cat litter. Over here, head it to a dog-friendly fun run, don't forget the essentials to keep your pup safe, and so on. We can see how this one is very different from the first one. And the last one, think you've tried every ice cream flavor under the sun? Think again. Sure, we all love the classic chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, but what if your next scoop could taste like garlic? And so on. So we can see how different the 3 social media posts are. And by doing this, it's very easy for you to create new social media posts from an entirely new topic. So let's go back to only one screen, like so. And now let's click over here on Save and Approve Messages. Because I want to demonstrate how you can send those messages to your LinkedIn through Squirrly Social, I'm going to click over here to publish through Squirrly Social. You could also publish yourself manually. So let's click over here, Approve Messages. Then we have where inside Squirrly Social we want those posts to go, on what post groups. We have post group number 1, the one about luxury cat litter. We are going to send it over here to LinkedIn. The second one, which has the starting point our blog article, I'm going to send it to seasonal. And the third one, which is about quirky ice cream flavors, I'm going to send it to promotions. And then I'm going to click over here to approve messages. Now let's go inside Squirrly Social to see the posts. And now we have to click over here to post groups. And we can see our post groups over here. Let's click on LinkedIn and we can see our posts over here. Let's click on seasonal. Let's scroll a little bit. We can see our posts over here. And by going to promotions, we can see our posts over here. Let's go back to LinkedIn. So those posts right now are in drafts. This is because of the settings we have made over here. So let's click over here, profiles and repetition. We have the group name over here, where we want the post to go to what social media platforms. In our case, we have to LinkedIn. And over here, we have the default status, which for us is set to draft. We can also set it to approve. Let's click on save. If the default status was set to approve, we would have seen the posts over here in the approve tab. What else can we see over here? We can see when do we want those posts to be sent to, on all the days of the week at this hour over here, and we want them to be sent to the LinkedIn profiles. We can change those settings on when and at what hour by clicking over here to schedule. So we have the days of the week over here. We can change them by clicking on them. And we have the time over here. We can click on this button to add new time. And we can change it like so. If we want to remove a particular time, we can simply click over here to remove. And then click on save. Now we can see that those settings over here have changed. We send the post on Friday, Monday, Sunday, and Wednesday at those 2 particular hours, and we send them to those profiles. We can click over here to edit the post, like so. We can see the post over here. We can click over here to add an image, like so. Let's click on update. And right now we can click on this button over here to approve and schedule. Other options, we have the copy button over here or the delete button over here. But let's click on approve and schedule. So let's click over here to yes, move. Now by going to approve, we can see the post over here in the approve tab. So let's wait just a little bit in order for the post to go to the LinkedIn profiles. Okay, now that some time has passed, we can see the post that has moved to finish sending tab. So we can see the post over here. So let's go inside our LinkedIn and scrolling just a little bit. We can see our post over here. And for the page, let's scroll just a little bit. And once again, we can see our post over here. Okay, let's go back inside Next Level Marketing AI. And let's click once again on Content Queue. Okay, so what if you want to create a social media post from an entirely new topic, but you do not want to do that through an article like I just shown you? That's very simple to do. We can click over here at New Page and write over here the pitch name, like so. And then let's click on Add New Pitch. Let's click over here. And now we can simply click over here to add new social media creation task. We have the same settings once again. The topic, if we want to add some hashtags, the approximate word count. Let's change that one. And the main content as reference and the main content link. We once again can add multiple social media post groups. For this example, I left all the 3 social media post groups to the same topic. So let's click over here on Add New Social Media Posts and click over here on Continue. And now we can see the status over here. Writing starts once content is published. But because we do not have a content, we do not have a blog post as a starting point, we have to click on it. And then we have to click over here. Start forced writing. So let's click on it and let's click on yes. This way we can force it to start creating social media posts when all we want is to give a general pitch without feeding it a blog post that we want it to be based the message on. So like this you can fill up your profiles with messages that weren't necessarily made to promote a blog post. So let's click over here on It's Our Input. And we can see the social media posts over here. We can see the Twitter version posts like so. The short posts over here like so. And the post group number 1, which was longer, over here like so. And we can click on Save and Approve Messages. Let's send them once again through Squirrly Social. And we once again have the options where we want those posts to get inside Squirrly Social. So let's make the settings over here and click on Approve Messages. And now by going back to Squirrly Social and by going once again to Post Groups, we can see our posts over here, like so. So it's basically that simple to create a social media post from an entirely new topic. You can either use an article that you already have and add new social media creation task, or the simplest way would actually be to click over here to add new pitch and start creating the social media post for an entirely new topic this way. So thank you for tuning in, stay creative, stay inspired and keep optimizing your online presence. Until next time.